Oh, there we go. Lily and Pixie. Oh, okay. All right. Come here, babies. Oh, my little sweetheart, my Pixie, my Lily. Okay. All right, you're going to have to get down for a minute, baby. Okay. Hi, guys. Oh, shoot. This is just a quick video. I went to the doctor today because I kind of hurt a muscle on my left side from improperly sitting while I used the computer. I kept leaning to my side while I had the computer on the couch, so I would lean in like this, working on it. Not a good thing to do. Yeah, my son Nathan, he's like, you can't do that, Mom. You got to sit up straight, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to have to get physical therapy for that. But I wanted to talk, no makeup day today, guys, too, by the way. So, like I said in my first video, coming back, you're going to see me how I am. But I wanted to talk about blood pressure. If you monitor your blood pressure at home, there is a proper way to get the right kind of reading. When I go see a doctor or dentist, my blood pressure skyrockets. And, you know, there is this thing, it's called white coat syndrome. And that literally is caused by, you get nervous, you get scared going to that doctor or dentist or before surgery or whatever, and your blood pressure rises. And then you're moving and all this other stuff, driving there, whatever, and then you walk in the office, they take your blood pressure. Well, that's actually not the proper reading. If you want a really proper reading of what your blood pressure is, there are steps to get the right reading. Number one, you get a good blood pressure cuff like this that goes around your arm here, not the wrist ones. Those wrist cuffs are very inaccurate. Don't use those. Don't go by those. I got my doctor told me I don't know how to pronounce it, Omron or Omron, O-M-R-O-N, are the best ones. So I got that. And you just, you put it around your arm right here. Then you press the little button to give you your reading. Well, there are things to do in order to get the proper readings so that you really know what your blood pressure is. And I'm going to read it to you because I've been doing this for a long time, but I don't want to forget anything. It's like, you don't drink caffeine, you don't smoke, no exercise, no showers for at least, mind you, 30 minutes before you take your blood pressure. Empty your bladder completely as well. And then you sit with your back straight. You sit straight like this in your chair. You're sitting. Oh, Lily, down, baby. You just sit straight. You need to be sitting straight with your feet flat on the floor. And then you do that for 5 minutes. You don't move. You don't do anything. You just sit there for 5 minutes. Also, don't be watching anything on TV while you're resting that causes you any kind of stress, like the news or maybe at the edge of your seat kind of movie. Nothing. In fact, turn the TV off or turn the sound off and look away from it. Look out your window, relaxed. Maybe just look at the wall, whatever. But sit there, just relax for 5 minutes, feet flat, just sitting straight. Then you take your blood pressure. And and also have your arm, like I get a pillow, for instance, I'll get a pillow because your arm is supposed to be level with your heart. Don't have it up, don't have it way down, that can make a difference. It has to be level with your heart, like right here, my arm is level with my heart right now. And you put the cuff on, put it on before you start your 5 minutes of just resting. Have it ready to go. Just have it ready to go. Have the machine part in front of you, either on your knees or on something, and make sure it's not all wrapped up tight or anything. Make sure this part, this hose part, is fairly loose and kind of straightened out. So then you sit there for that 5 minutes, take your blood pressure then. It's all ready to go, it's on your arm, so you don't have to be moving around and everything right before you take it. Do that before you take your blood pressure. Then you take it. And while you're taking that blood pressure, you do not talk, you do not move, no texting, no nothing. You are dead still while you take that blood pressure. No talking, no moving, no nothing. You sit there like a little zombie, like, okay, I'm not moving, and let the blood pressure cuff do its thing. And that's your real reading. And another thing, it's good to take it a couple of times. And if you're going to do it a couple of times, wait a couple of minutes between doing it so that the cuff goes back to the normal state that it should be in. And the blood flowing in your arm goes back to normal. So wait a couple of minutes. And that's how you take your blood pressure at home and get a real reading. I have actually read articles of people who they go in, they get their blood pressure taken, it's up, the doctors put them on blood pressure medication, they end up really sick, they end up with blood pressure that drops too low to where they've even had to call an ambulance to come and get them, because in reality they didn't have high blood, high dangerous blood pressure, but because of what they read in the office, that doctor just put them on medication right away. And like I said, I'm lucky that I have a doctor who, he was like, do that for a week at home. And of course it was normal. And then today when I got home, it went back to normal. So yeah, guys, look up white coat syndrome. And in my case, it's always been that way. Even when I go to the dentist, and at my dentist they use those wrist ones, which are worthless. And I knew it. I was like, no, that's just not right. And when I told one of my doctors about the wrist cuff that they use, he was like, no, those are no good. Those are totally unreliable. So guys, just wanted to tell you real quick how to get your blood pressure reading and get the right one. Because think about it, when you go to the doctor, you're driving, and like I said earlier, you're active, you're doing whatever, and it's important not to do those things that I said in the beginning. Do not drink caffeine, do not smoke, do not exercise, do not take a hot shower. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned, do not eat nothing for at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes before you take that blood pressure. Empty that bladder. Make sure it's totally empty. And like I said, sit like this, upright, your feet flat, and do that for 5 minutes. Just, guys, they're wrestling. Do that for 5 minutes. It's very important for you to stay completely still for 5 minutes. And like I said, make sure your arm is heart level. If you have it up, it can totally change it. If you have it all the way down or too low, that can totally change it. It's important to have it at the heart level. So I just wanted to do this real quick because I know a lot of people, you monitor your own blood pressure at home, and you might be doing it all wrong. You might be, if after you get out of a hot shower, well, that's not a good time. Or after you eat, your body is working to digest. After you smoke, smoking raises and lowers your blood pressure, Exercising, of course, gets your heart rate going. So there are steps to do in order to get a true reading. And also, if you're too hot, that was another thing I was finding out. If you're too hot because of the weather or your house, whatever, or if you're too cold, it can affect your blood pressure reading. So there's a lot of factors to take in to get the true reading, and I just wanted you to know that, because I know there's some of you out there who probably have gone in and it seems high and you're like, oh my gosh, my blood pressure's way up there. And if you're not the kind to monitor at home, you might want to start doing that. If you go to your doctor and it seems a little high, and of course I'm not talking somebody who's got 200 in the office. But if it seems high, like maybe it's in the 150s, 60s, whatever, getting up there, and then you get home, it can be completely different. So just wanted to get that out there real quick, guys, because it can make a difference in the readings and whether or not you're stuck on some medication that you really don't need. But like I said, you have to get a good one. Don't go get a real cheap one. Get a good one. And also make sure those batteries, okay, make sure the batteries are fresh. If you have real old batteries in there, of course, then it may not give such an accurate reading. So you keep your batteries fresh. Don't leave them in there for months and months and months, and then you're taking your reading. They might it might not be working as well because the batteries are low. So that's just a few things to think about if you monitor your blood pressure at home, so that you can get an accurate reading. And all those things are important. So anyway, guys, just a quick little, I had to go to the doctor. Now I got to go to physical therapy because I was sitting wrong, which I kind of knew I was, but it was so comfortable on the couch with my computer to the left, and I'm just busy doing it. Yeah, well, I'm pushing my rib cage into my body all that time, and wasn't a smart thing to do. So yeah, my doctor said exactly what my son said. My son Nathan was like, you got to sit up straight. I was like, oh no. Well, the doctor said the same. He goes, your son was absolutely right. You need to sit upright, have your feet flat, have your keyboard at a comfortable level as you're using it. And he said that makes the world of difference. He said, you know, he was just like, your son is right. So I researched that too, guys, and yeah, when you don't sit right, when you're at a computer for a long time or several times during the day, if you're not in the right position, it can actually affect your health. What doesn't, right? Not everything does. But anyway, just want to make this real quick. So you guys, Lily, no, Lily, no biting. She's tugging down here because I won't give her attention. But anyway, you guys have a good one, and well, I'll see you next time. Take care, and bye-bye. Move babies. Move babies. Move babies.